Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Purple Curtain Tarot. I'm Donna. I'm going to do this reading for you today. This is an ancestor messages for you as we close out another year, 2021, and move into a new year, 2022. These are messages from your ancestors coming through for you, so you will receive the messages meant for you. Using your intuition, choose the pile that you are most drawn to. I've chosen some of these elements that I use to when I'm calling on the ancestors and clearing out my space and inviting them in. So the first card, we have Palo Santo. For card number 2, we have a bundle of white sage, smudge stick, and some sweet grass for card number 3. So choose which of those you are most drawn to, and you'll find your reading and your messages below in the timestamps. And hello, pile number 1, those who chose the Palo Santo. I'll leave that there. Your first card is this soul card. These cards have no book. This is purely intuitive reading here and receiving messages. So you can look at the image and see if you feel you get any message from this image for yourself. And then I will read what I get for you. Well, this clearly to me is telling you that you are being guided. You are loved. There is an angel, there is a spirit guide, a loved one who has passed on, an ancestor. You have a very loving spirit here with you, always looking over you, guiding you, loving you, and guiding you to a place of what I want to say is protection and safety. You're smiling here. When they're near you, you sometimes will feel or sense someone near you. You might even get chills or something like that, tingles, and feel this feeling of love and warmth moving through your body. And that is this guide, this ancestor who comes and protects you and shows you and that they're there by allowing you to feel their energy, their hug, their embrace, their warmth. So you, those who chose this pile, if anything, the message here is to acknowledge that when you have those feelings, you can speak to them, you can thank them for being there with you, let them know you feel them. I mean, they know it anyway, but for you to acknowledge it and thank them for it, and the more you do that, the more you will feel it, the closer your connection will be, and the easier it will be for them to give you guidance and offer you that love and protection and guidance that they are always trying to give you, especially when you're in sad or feeling alone or feeling stressed or anything like that. That's when you should sit in quiet and just open yourself up to feel that and receive that love and those messages that they have for you. So now I'm going to pull archetype. Let's see. So we're looking at the closing of this year of 2021. They've been there with you. We're going to look at some things that maybe you need to leave behind in this year. Whatever messages they have. And we have apocalypse. Apocalypse is like the end of the old world and making way for the new. So you probably are in a situation or a position in life right now where you feel you're going to be leaving behind a lot of things in this year of 2021, things that no longer appeal to you, no longer serve you, that hold you back, that make you unhappy, things you're aware of. And you're going to cross a bridge into this new year. There could be those who offer you a helping hand, or you might not need to seek out assistance in some way. This could be reconciliation with those you've had estrangements with in the year of 2021, who you've been trying to reconcile with. Because here we have the orphan, and you may feel you have been feeling maybe like an orphan, like unwanted, like not understood. But obviously here you're not. In some way, perhaps you are, in the sense of perhaps you don't have parents any longer in the world. Perhaps you're estranged from your parents. Or a parent, something of that nature. So you've felt like an orphan, you've felt rejected or unloved. But what I'm wanting to say here is you're not. You are loved, and you are not alone. And that is the message. And if you want to reach out in some way, if that is something that you want to do, this is up to you if you want to. If you feel that resonates with you, if not, that's fine too. You can reach out to others, people who love you and have your back and support you and accept you and that kind of thing. Those are the people to reach out to. But there may be misunderstandings here. You may have been looking at some things through filters and making judgments, and perhaps in some way you need to look at that and see where you may have misunderstood some things as well. You are being asked to have patience here. Things are moving, but they're moving in a slow manner because it needs to. Some things cannot be rushed. Some things have to be taken slowly. They have to be considered. They just take time, and we don't want to rush in and cause calamity here. So that's why things are, maybe you're just not ready for something. So the universe knows when you're ready, and that is and the waiting game comes out right after that. So what I was just saying, patience and the waiting game. So there's some things going on here in your life where you are really needing to be patient and wait. Bide your time. It's coming, because the fulfillment of your wishes is coming, but it just may take some time. So you need to be patient. Just because we flip the calendar and we enter into a new year doesn't mean all at once, you know, that everything will change. So you're being asked to be patient, because you're blessed. Your wishes are coming. You're blessed. Your fulfillment of those wishes is coming. It's just going to take a little time and effort. An exchange of ideas, gifts, and love here with that bridge. There's an exchange here with you and someone or others of love and respect and support is what I want to say. And you've been going round and round and not getting anywhere, and in some aspect of your life through this last year, and it's been frustrating. You felt lonely, you felt orphaned, you've had some, some of those painful kind of feelings, and now you're being asked to, reach out. Reach out. If you want something to change with someone or some situation, you have to give a little, you have to reach out, you have to look at something differently perhaps than you've been looking at it, and that kind of thing, and not be stubborn and not be bitter, and allow yourself to heal. You have the Empress here, so definitely nurturing, loving energy there for you, as well as you giving birth to new ideas, new things, fulfilling those wishes, manifesting your desires. The Devil. So, an Ace of Wands. So something brand new. The Devil here has been tripping you up. You've been stuck in something here, and that's what's caused you to feel these feelings here, orphan, and that loneliness I said. So you've been getting tired of feeling that way, and that's why you're getting very impatient, and so you're being asked to breathe, take your time, take the steps you feel you need to take in order to move through that and move away from this devil energy. You may be feeling bound to something you'd want to get free of. A habit, a way of thinking. This can represent, alcoholism, drug addiction, any kind of addictive behavior, something that you have been feeling bound to and wanting to release, and you haven't been able to, and you're being told that you are being guided here to do the things that are healthier for you, that are better for you, that are for your highest good, that will get you on the right track again instead of going round and round in circles and getting nowhere. Reach your hand out to a mentor, to someone who can help you with that, whatever it is, and help free you from whatever it is you've been feeling bound to. You must free yourself from that in order to move forward. And I see you doing that because I see blessings here, and follow that guidance you're being given right now, to follow this guidance that you need to free yourself up from something here. You have the Ace of Wands and you have the Empress, so really something brand new. Once you move away from that and close that door and leave that stuff behind in 2021 or the first part of 2022 to move on through into the new year, we have 12 months in a year, so everything doesn't have to happen in January. So be patient with yourself, be patient with life in general, with whatever's happening. Just have patience, keep taking those baby steps forward, reach out for that assistance, know your guides are with you, and something brand new will emerge from this, and you will come out better, stronger, and happier. So those are your messages, those who chose pile number 1. Happy New Year, take care, and blessed be. Hello there, pile number 2. Those who chose pile number 2 with the white sage smudge bundle there. I'll leave that there. Your card out, your first card, the soul card, is this image here. You can look at this image and see if you feel anything from this image, whatever feelings, images, words, anything you get. Use your own intuition. This is kind of interactive. You can get your own messages here. These are messages from your ancestors. And now I will read the card for you. Well, I'm wanting to say you are exhaling the negative things that have been going on in your life. You need to do some breathing techniques, relaxation, meditation, so you can cleanse, detox yourself, rest. You've had a rough year, is what I'm getting, in many ways. Breathe. You have a guide here, a loving, nurturing female energy here with you, and you are inhaling her wisdom, her love. This is also a fiery energy here, a fiery, passionate energy. This person, if it was a person who you knew in life, could have been a fire sign, a Leo, a Sag, Aries. If not, maybe you are one of those signs. But either way, it's a fiery, passionate energy. It's like you need to come back to life. It's like you've been kind of resting. You've been doing a lot of this shadow work. You've had some, maybe even physical illness, some kind of mental challenges with your mental health, or some other types of challenges that have just had you down on your feet, off your feet, on your back, in some ways, if not physically, but emotionally or mentally, just being very challenged, grieving, something of that nature. That's really put the brakes on in some ways for you, and you've just felt sort of not full, not alive, a low vibration, just resting and recuperating. You needed that time, and maybe you still need a little bit, but as we come into 2022, you're going to feel that spark come back, gradually, I want to say. So let's pull I want to pull the archetype. We'll get some of these archetype messages for those who chose pile number 2 with the sage from our ancestors. What are the messages for pile number 2? What do they need to see? What do they need to know? The village. Now, immediately with that, I want to say that you've been hiding and alone and hermit-like, and in some ways. It doesn't mean you haven't left your house. It just means, some of you that's probably the case, but it just means you haven't been very social. You haven't been socializing. You haven't felt like being out when you are. Even when you're in a crowd, you felt alone. It's just that kind of energy I'm feeling for you guys. And you've been focusing a lot on the self. And you need to continue to focus on yourself, because you really need a lot of love and care for yourself as we move through into this new year, because you have had a tough time and you are shifting. You've had to, I want to say first, you've had to shapeshift. You've had to be in situations where you had to pretend, or you felt like you had to pretend, where you smiled when you wanted to cry, when you stood there strong when you were shaking inside, and been through a lot of things like that, where you felt that way, almost barely able to move through it and stand and at your wit's end. So you're healing now. You also have the ability here, you're shifting from within now. You've had that outward, where you doing those things I just said, and now it's going to come from within. It's going to be more authentic. It's going to actually be healing from within. So you'll be wanting to smile, wanting to be there doing that thing, wanting to be with these people, not feeling disconnected. It's gradual, but this is the healing coming, and it takes a village here. The village, that's your people, that's your people who are supportive of you. And even if you've been in hermit mode, and even if you feel like you don't have a large group of support, you can reach out and find support for yourself, even if it's a professional, a therapist or something of that nature, or some kind of guide, or some person who you respect and have a lot of, respect for, who you can call on for some assistance or advice or something of that nature. Someone who loves you and will care for you, even if you haven't been around them lately, or you just know that they will be there for you if you need them to be. So I want to say this is asking you to reach out and try to connect with others in some way and not be all lone wolf all the time. Okay, it doesn't have to be a bunch of people, but just something, because the village is you being more connected and interacting and feeling more connected with others. So perhaps as we come into this new year, that'll start to happen for you. Some of you could even be getting like a new job or something like that, where you're going to be around different people and you're being guided to a place where those people will be good people for you, people who you will like, people whose energy will make you feel, loved and supported and stronger. We have milk and honey here, so that's good. We have chopped wood, and we have soulmate. So there you go. I said open up and be ready for connections, and you have soulmate comes out. So you may have gone through a dark period, dark night of the souls, would want to say, but now you're being asked to open up because there's a soulmate here. A person, this is love for you, coming through this year. You could meet a soulmate, you could meet a person, but you're also being asked to have some humility and to be very grounded and be down to earth and not, I'm not saying that you've been doing this, but not judging, not looking down on others, but having some humility in some way. But you are headed to that land of milk and honey if you open up, reach out, connect. This could lead you to the beginning of a whole new way of being. It won't happen overnight, but in the next, first, say, 6 months of this year, you'll see those changes, feel those changes, and by the end of it, you could be living in a whole completely different world, a brand new chapter in your life with love, with a new job or career, or just friends, and that kind of thing. So this looks like it could be a very abundant, prosperous year for you, and you have rejoicing in celebration here. So I see you lifting up from this darkness that you've been in, and for victory and success. And you have memories of love. So remember the love gone by, what you've maybe been missing. Some of you, like I said, might have been even grieving in some way for someone, and now it's time for you, as you move into 2022, to heal and to open up to new love. You still have your memories, you still have your love, you're never going to forget that person, but you can honor them by living, by enjoying your life. They don't want you to grieve forever, is what I'm getting. They had to go, but you're still here, so you need to keep living until the end, So that's a message for some of you there. Well, you've been fighting some kind of battles in this last year, and it's time for you to look more of that triumphant energy, courageous actions. I want to say you're going to just find your feet here. You're going to be courageous. You're going to be victorious over this darkness that's been plaguing you. All of these cards here are about victory, success, rejoicing and celebrating, milk and honey, reaching out, connecting, caring for yourself, feeling more of that higher vibration, coming out of that low vibration you've been in and starting something new. That's going to lead to more prosperity and abundance for you. And just generally feeling, I think, more content and happier and more relaxed and more free from that darkness that you've had to go through. You've learned a lot, and now it's time to use what you've learned and move forward into this a place of milk and honey, a place where you'll be rejoicing in celebration, and a place of victory and success for you. So those are your messages. Those who chose pile number 2, take care. Happy New Year. Blessed be. And hello, those who chose pile number 3 with the sweet grass. Your first card out, the soul card here, is this image here. This is a face, and we have a lot of hands and 2 faces, really. There's a face here, here, and you can look at it this way as well. So if you get anything from looking at that, trust your own intuition and the messages that come through for you. You can directly receive those messages from your guides and your ancestors as well. So I'm going to look at this. I want to say healing has been taking place within you, which may have been rough. There's darkness here, and then it's lighter. I also want to say that some of you may have experienced some kind of a loss in the last year. Your family or someone close to you, and you've had to grieve that loss. But I see a lot of hands here, healing hands, reaching out. I see peace and calm here for you, coming into a more peaceful place, the light's shining within you. There's just a very deep knowing here also of what's best for you, and there's a lot of guidance for you from your ancestors, from your spirit guides. You have a large team working with you and guiding you. So I'm going to pull some of these archetype cards for you. Messages for those who chose pile number 3. Ancestors, messages for those who chose pile number 3. What do they need to know? What do they need to know? We have the pilgrim, the empty room, and the desert. Well, the empty room looks dark and dismal there, and that's how you've been feeling in some ways within your soul. And you felt like you've been in a desert, and you've been seeking the light. You've been seeking something different. You've been wanting change, knowing you need to change, looking at your life and saying, this is not working for me anymore, and I don't know what to do. That kind of energy. But you know you need change. So this empty room, though, gives you that space to create. You can fill that room with anything you want. You can fill it with light. You can fill it with love. You can paint it bright colors. You can even make a door so you can leave it and walk out of it. You can do anything you want. You can create anything you want, is the message here. It's an empty room, and you can fill it with light, with love, with hope. And that's what you're being asked to do, to create your life, create a new way of being for yourself, because you haven't been happy with some things, and you've been seeking, wanting to go somewhere else, wanting to a different job, live in a different place, just do something different, because you feel like this is a chapter that needs to be closed, and you've been kind of stuck, feeling like you're in a desert, feeling thirsting for something different. But there is life in the desert as well. There is life. There are little animals, there are little plants. It does rain there sometimes, and even floods. So you're being asked to see what it is that you can do to create that life. You're being told that with this guidance, with this help, to look within, seek that your own truth within. What is it that makes you happy? What is it that makes you feel joy? Where is it you want to be? What is it you want to do? And start to take those steps in doing those things, and painting that room in the color you want it, and making that door window so you can fly out of it. See? Between worlds, just what I've been saying. Between worlds, half in, half out. You're in something in that dark, like I said, and you want to come out into that bright sunshine and warmth and happiness and joy, and you need to take them steps now to that. Seek within. How do I do this? That is what you need to ask your guides and listen to them and imagine. Imagine whatever you can imagine, you can bring about, is what the message is for you. Doesn't matter how young, how old, what's been going on in your life. If you're married, single, have children, don't have children, whatever your situation. Lots of different things. Stuck in a job you don't want to be in. Fear that if you make a move to change something, that you're just going to fall flat on your face, that kind of thing. You've been thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. You're the thinker, and you've been overthinking it. Overthinking. Spending too much time thinking. It's time to start feeling. Feel it. Feel the energy. Feel what is going to bring you to where you need to be. Feel that guidance. Hear that guidance. Listen for it. Your sacral chakra. Well, your sacral chakra here comes out, so you need to work on that. Sacral chakra, if you know about chakras. If you don't, you can look that up. Find a video on YouTube or something. There are plenty of meditations. Find one for the sacral chakra, an explanation of it, a meditation of it, and sit and do that meditation work with that sacral chakra, which is the one down in like the pelvic region of your body that has it has sexuality, sensuality, passion, creation, give life-giving energy there in that sacral chakra. So let's see what else we get here. So do that. You could even go for some Reiki if you might be a good idea for you to go get some Reiki done. Something of that nature. So you've been trapped in fear. What did I just say to you? Trapped in fear. You've been trapped in fear. You've been afraid to make a move. You've been afraid to create something new for yourself. Through that sacral chakra, you create things. You give birth to things, and you've been thinking and thinking and thinking and wanting it, but you've been afraid of the disruption it'll cause. You've been afraid of causing the disruption if you stand up and say what you want, if you get up and do what you need to do. So you have to untrap yourself. Pile number 3 is what I'm getting for you guys. See, you got the Chariot here. It's time for you to move forward on something. Leave something behind. Definitely getting that vibe in this reading. Something you've been trapped in. It's not making you happy. You're in between worlds. You're not really there anymore. And you haven't stepped out completely. You've just been sitting here thinking and fearing the disruption, fearing what will happen. You need to make a choice, choose a direction, and move forward here. And you will have that energy to do so. I believe you will come to that truth as you move into this new year. You will become very passionate about it, And creative. See, this is the Queen of Wands. She's creative. She's fire sign. Aries, Sag, Leo. Capable, creative. You have what you need. You're imaginative. You're fiery. You're passionate. You've been, that's part of that sacral chakra. You know, that fire, that passion. You have been holding back with that. You've been blocked in that way because of you're not happy in something, maybe in a relationship. And you've been afraid to move forward, but you're getting clear now. You're clearing that away. You're going to clear that fear, that trapped in fear. You're going to clear that away here with this sword. You're going to gain that clarity. I want to say, no more overthinking everything. It's time. You already thought about it. You already know. This is what you need to do. You're just trapped in fear of doing it. And it's time to choose that direction and let that energy of that chariot carry you into a new chapter in your life, because you definitely need to do that. You have that Queen of Wands energy there also to help you, I want to say, clear out that chakra, that sacral chakra, get your energy, your passion going, your fire going, and unblock that part of yourself where you create, and the sensual part of you, and the creative part of you, and the life-giving part of you, and breathe in a new life into your being, and imagine what could be, and step out from between those worlds into the new year with something new. Take that step. It's going to cause disruption for sure. I mean, you know, you can't change anything without some kind of disruption. It's just the way it is. So yes, it could be difficult. Yes, it could be disruptive. Yes, there could be challenges ahead, but you can face them because you have that strength, and you need to. And I didn't do this for the other readings, but I'm going to pull you a little message here. A sea of blessings. The universe is a projection from within you, and you are a projection of the universe. You are vast space, and yet you are spaceless. You are a divine ocean of love, sea of blessings. You are the wind of change that flows through life. So there you go. These cards couldn't be more perfect here coming out. So those messages, they always amaze me, even though I've been doing this a long time. It always amazes me still how they sync up and give you the messages you need. So those are your messages, pile number 3. Hope that gives some insight and help for you and guidance. So take care, have a happy new year, and be strong and move forward. Okay, so blessed be. We'll see you in the next one.